Now, according to a source here, it says sources inside the Real Madrid dressing room describe a noticeable shift in atmosphere since Alvaro Arbeloa's influence has taken hold. Several players speaking off the record says the environment now feels freer and more natural, a stark contrast to more structured dynamic they experienced under Xabi Alonso, which they weren't all happy about. Several players have felt a load drop off their backs now that Alonso is gone. Now, this makes me to, kind of address some of the remarks that I've said about Alonso in the past. Previously, I said Alonso introduced a kind of school children philosophy to Real Madrid dressing room, hoping that the club will buy into that and thereby inculcate this discipline on the players who are kind of power driven and too indisciplined. But then I failed to realize that there are some players that even though you give them the best of discipline, they just can't go along with it. They consider it too rigid, and so therefore they cannot adapt to it. Football is a lifestyle thing, except for maybe you are talking to an academy players or something like that. For Real Madrid, this culture of Galactico has been imbibed into the club philosophy for a very long, for more than 20 years now, during the days of Ronaldo de Lima, Roberto Carlos, Cicinho, what's it called? David Beckham, Jonathan Woodgate, and the rest. So that glory years, you know. But then under Arbeloa, right now, Arbeloa has given them this room to show themselves, so long as they are doing well in matches. And you can see this influence on player like Vinicius Junior, who under Xabi Alonso he was not at his best. In fact, I can tell you that Vinicius Junior was a stark contrast to what he was under Xabi Alonso. And now that Arbeloa has, remember, Arbeloa has been with the club since he has been coaching from the under 18s down to Real Madrid Castilla, so he knows this club better, and he felt that it is better he leaves these players to live their life and come into the game with their own philosophy and then play this game than during those days when Xabi Alonso used to hold lengthy period of talk and so many do this and so many do that, don't do this. Arbeloa has given players like Vinicius Junior, Federico Valverde a reason to live, thereby respecting their own opinion and their lifestyle. This is a very, very good one, that the atmosphere is more freer now in Real Madrid, and that players can come together and coexist and share their beliefs without any fear or any kind of grudges. This is a very, very big one from Arbeloa. Gradually, he's turning things around in Real Madrid, and honestly, for me, I feel that Real Madrid should give him more time to express himself, and this way they can hire him permanently. They can hire him permanently as Real Madrid coach. Let me know what you think in the comment section.